What's your retro game fans? Welcome back to the Zeusdaz Unemulated retro game channel, and I go by the name of Zeus. And for this let's play I've decided to do the follow-up to Double Dragon on the Amiga, Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. This was brought out in 1989, I think on the Virgin label. Again, Richard Applin was the coder for this game. Now I did do a commentary on this a few weeks ago. I didn't put it live, but I did it at the same time I did Double Dragon 1. And it's been on my hard drive for a few weeks now. But since then, I've actually had a bit of feedback from Richard Applin himself. I managed to locate him on one of the Amiga forums and asked him a couple of questions that's been on my mind for all these years since Double Dragon 1 and 2 was released. And he got in touch with me and gave me his answers, short and brief as they were, but I thought, well, that would be actually good to bring that up on the Let's Play, so I scrapped the previous one I did and redo this. And the idea of this Let's Play is I'm probably going to play it all the way through, because I do like this game, no cheats again, and I shall use both players. So the first player, he's in blue, I think that's Billy. I shall use him, and if I lose a credit, I'll immediately swap joysticks and finish the game off with Jimmy, who's in the white uniform. If you want to see this game in full, again it's on my channel. Just go to the link in this video description, it'll take you straight to it. That will include all the music, that includes in-game music as well. And just let me see, that bit there you're going up the screen, Limescan version 4.01, it's said in brackets there. There's a little story behind that. Now, many of you who had ECS Amigas like myself back in the day, we kind of got screwed to begin with as far as Double Dragon 2 is concerned, because it only worked on OCS machines, on the older chipset. If you tried to run it on the ECS, all the graphics were completely distorted, you couldn't possibly play it. Now, many of us who bought the original had to send that back and wait a little while longer before they managed to correct the problem and re-release it. And that was a little bit annoying for me, because I went round a friend's house and tested it. It worked perfectly. Well, he had the OCS Amiga, I had the ECS Amiga, so I didn't have the chance to play it for about a month after I originally got the first release. So anyway, the story behind that is the original release was called the so-called 3.84 version. Now you'll know that which version that is, because it's the only version that got cracked and trained by the crack groups. There's been no other trained or cracked version of Double Dragon 2, so if you've got a cracked copy of that, you'll most likely find 999% of 1,000 that is trained by Oracle. It's a blue screen and just gives you infinite credits. That's the 3.84 version. That only works on OCS machines. So they hurried out a 4.01 version, which works on the ECS machines perfectly. Now there's a good side and down there. Look, you can see Amiga Limescale version 4.01. Now there's a good thing and bad thing about it. The bad thing is, on a pirate side of it, there was never a trained version, so you only got one credit for each player, which wasn't enough to have a good laugh. And there doesn't seem to be a typing sheet for it for the new version anyway. The good side about it is it has, whatever they've done to it, whatever Richard's done to it, is improved the loading times drastically. The loading times on the 3.84 version was terrible, some of them, and even halfway through the level you could be waiting 30 seconds for the next bit of that level to load, sometimes 30 seconds to 40, 50 seconds for another level to load. Well, this version I'm going to play now takes around 8 seconds. It's unbelievably quicker and much more fluent, and the continuity of the game is much better because of it. Unfortunately, if you want a two-player game in it, with infinite lives, infinite credits, you have to use the cracked version on an OCS machine. And if you want the in-game music, and you wanted to cut out the loading times, that would be a problem. You couldn't bridge the music together. Now, me and the wife actually played the two-player version of this the other day using the OCS version for infinite credits, because obviously we needed more than one credit between us, because a lot of mistakes can happen in the game. And the trouble is with that music, it's rather empty. So we put the in-game music on, and the trouble is with that, we've got left us two options. Number one, do we leave the loading times in, which can be boring for any of you wanting to watch it, or do we edit them loading times out, which makes the continuity much better, but the music will suddenly cut. So there was a problem with that. Whereas this version, I've uploaded a one-player full version of it, with the music, and no edits needed to be cut, no loading times, because it was only about 8 seconds, so it was nothing. So that's the story about that. He didn't have, he was working on an OCS machine at the time, and never thought about checking it on the ECS. It was released, and then they was aware of the problem, so then this version was hurried out. So this is quite a rare version, 4.01 version, ECS working version of Double Dragon. And what I will go on to say is, I also asked him about Double Dragon 1, why that was so bad, for the Amiga capabilities anyway, why was it so bad? And he told me that the original programmer suddenly quit because of pressure or something, I don't know, he suddenly bottled it, I was quoted, so he told me, Richard Atman, and got out of there and never continued. So Richard was the one that had to pick up the pieces and finish the game off, and the software house was happy enough to publish it. So we don't know who to blame there. Was it the guy that rushed off? Was it Richard that never thought, right, let's start again, fresh? Or was it the publishers that thought, no, it's a big name, let's get it out as quickly as possible, that'll do, and there you go. So that's the answer why Double Dragon 1 was so bad. It was, the pieces were picked up off the floor and had to be finished off quickly. And Double Dragon 2, he didn't have an ECS machine, hence why it was released, and on the OCS versions, and he never checked it. So there we go. That's the story between those two. But Double Dragon 2, this version I think is easily the best out of all the 16 and 8-bit versions. It's such a vast improvement over Double Dragon 1. It's unbelievable. It's great fun, especially if you know how to play it, and you pull off some great moves, triple uppercuts and what have you. It's brilliant. Very fun. Just a shame there's not enough more credits to have more of a laugh. That way, along the way, you can beat each other up. That was the fun of it, wasn't it? Double Dragon was able to sort of halfway through the game here and there have a little fight with each other and then move on. That was what made Double Dragon so brilliant. So we're going to crack on with this now. We'll see how far we go. But the idea is, if I lose all 3 lives of the first player, I'm going to quickly switch joysticks, and you'll hear loading times, I'm afraid, because the camcorder's right above the internal disk drive, so you're going to pick that up. This text here, on the original version, 3.84, you had to wait for the entire text to finish before you could play the game. But this version, about a third of it, and you can already play. It's brilliant. And we're also going to put in-game music on as well. So that's the deal. See, look at it straight away. In-game music on, much better. 1, 2, triple uppercut. I love doing those moves. Back, there. Bye, easy. It's such a vast improvement, isn't it? Over the such a vast improvement over Double Dragon 1. It's unbelievable, the difference. Good timely kick. Let's get up here, see if I can cut you off the ledge. Whee! I love those uppercuts, they're brilliant. We've got a big bastard coming out now. Oh, that's that one. This fucker's dangerous. He really slapped the shit out of you, this guy, so it's best not to give him a chance. Two uppercuts there. There we go, get rid of him. Now, a little bit of load in here. Seconds, literally seconds. Whereas the original version, see, look, that was hardly anything. The original version takes about 20 seconds. So I don't know what he's done. But that's one blessing. The original version didn't work properly, and this version came out. The loading times are so much quicker. Makes the continuity much better. Ooh, let's get that knife. These are idiots. What's all this handstand bullshit about? It's fucking stupid. You're making sounds look like idiots. Let's get rid of you. There's a chain whip over there, but don't really like that weapon, can't bother to use it. We've got one, here we go with the first boss. Do elbows as well, if you didn't notice, like that. That was famous move of Double Dragon 1, everyone used to do elbows. Such a vast improvement over the first game. It's just not funny how bad that version was compared to this. There you go, level 1 done. Now, the original version, again, would take about 40-50 seconds to load. It was ridiculous. This, as you'll find out now, you can work it out, 10 seconds. There are bugs in this game. When I call them bugs, there are oversights. Like this bit here, if you're not quick, this big guy now will slap the crap out of you and there's no way out of it. There, he just appears. On the arcade version, he crashes through the wall. Oh, it's the first time I got it. Oh, the grenade, I didn't set the grenade off. That's a shame. Too late to pick it up? Yeah, it's gone. Pull moves off. Oh, look at that. He took a whole fucking life off me. Oh, he took a whole life off me with 3 slaps. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. Fucking dead yet. Yeah, and you can move about so much more, unlike the other Double Dragon 1. You couldn't climb ladders or anything. It was really bad. Triple uppercut move, that really makes the game. There we go, a couple more seconds loading time, nothing. That's about 25 seconds on the 3.84 version, maybe 30. See, that was what, 5-6 seconds? Nothing. Much better loading times on this version. Ooh, a little bit of a graphic error there, did you see that? That was actually Billy throwing a knife at me. These are nasty bitches, I tell you. Pack a punch. What did I jump down there for? Plonker. Let's get rid of you. So you can go up here as well. It's much more oh, the big guy's out already. It's much more fun to play. Oh, I've got an uppercut ready and I'm going to fucking use it on one of you bitches. Right, I've got to get out. Now this guy, he's going to fucking kill me now. Oh, well, he would have. And he still might. Oh, no, I'm dead. See, that's another bug. See what he's doing there? He's kicking. Now, if he puts you down and you can't get up, it just keeps kicking you. See what cuts there. Get rid of this guy. I don't want to muck about. Big fucker, and he's not easy to beat. Well, he is, but you've got to be careful with him because he'll fucking slap the shit out of you. I always would call him Andre the Giant. It always reminds me of Andre the Giant. Oh, see another little bug there. That could have killed me. Obviously, there's differences between this and the arcade version. I actually have the arcade machine. Well, I've got a jammer machine, an actual traditional arcade machine which you can swap the boards over, and I've got Double Dragon 1 and 2. There are obviously differences. The music's different, the playability is different. But that saying is, it's a very good version. It was so shocking, the difference between these two, between this version and Double Dragon 1 for the same computer by the same guys. I just couldn't understand it. What went so wrong with Double Dragon 1? But now I reckon it was because the name was big. Quickly get it out, and Richard got back to me and told me the certain programmer decided to leave. This looks like a shovel of some kind. And there's a couple of weapons missing in this version as well, compared to the arcade. There's a big steel ball on the previous level. There's also a log here somewhere, but that isn't on this version. Ooh. But yeah, you only get 1 credit each. It's not enough to have a good laugh. I hated it. It's the only thing I didn't like. Because the crackers didn't bother doing it, training this version. And Richard Atman changed the cheat, and I asked him, because it was so long ago, even he can't remember if there's one in it or not. He told me to Google it, but there's nothing there. So if anybody out there knows a proper cheat for this update 4.01 version, And please come forward. There is a cheat on the Games Winner cheat site, and it says if you type in, "Yep, I've changed the cheat mode in this version," that sort of gives you a big hint, doesn't it? Yeah, but typing in that just flips the screen round. I'm thinking, what's the point of that? What a stupid waste of the time cheat that is. What's the point of having the screen upside down? These are bastards, these two. I hate them because they just piss about doing handstands and all that stupid crap. And now we get to the famous cow sound effects. Look at those cows. They look like they're made out of Lego. It's funny. But not enough to be annoying and turn yourself away in disgust. It's you know, it's amusing. And the thing is with Double Dragon 2, it's very similar to Double Dragon 1 as far as, see, look, that took what, 3 seconds to load. Previous version, about half a minute. The thing is with Double Dragon 1 and 2, it's not really much difference apart from the character designs. Because the layouts are the same. Double Dragon 1 starts off in a street. Double Dragon 2 is a sort of heliport, a chopper place. But it's the same route. Level 2 in Double Dragon 1 is a factory. Same as Double Dragon, same as this one, Double Dragon 2. Just slightly different backgrounds and characters. And this level as well, as you can see, it's in a harvest field, whereas Double Dragon 1 is in a forest of some kind. So yeah, there's not much difference. It should be really Double Dragon 1.5. I would have thought it 1.5. Let's let one of them grab. Oof, nasty. I don't want to lose a life because of that. There we go. Now the arcade version, one of those come back alive, so you have to beat them 3 times. So that's another thing that's been left out of it. But overall, a very good. I'm quite happy with this version. If I get too far in the game without losing all my lives, I'll deliberately die so I can bring the Jimmy character. Look at these big bastards. So I've just knocked 3 guys down with one uppercut move. That's cartoon violence for you. Oh, sweet. 2 uppercuts. Oh, I do love that move. That makes the game. Come on, eat that. So yeah, there's a few bugs in it. If they knock you down, boing, boing, he's this bloody difficult guy. He can be in the arcade version. He's a bastard, but he's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, he can be tricky. Oh, there you go. A little bit of a slap there. There we go. Come on. Ooh, 1, 2. See if I can knock you off the edge. Oh, it's a nasty move. Oh. Bye bye. There we go. Easy. I do like the music. I suppose it can get annoying after... Well, not annoying. It can get a bit repetitive after a while, but I find it brings the game out a bit better. If it's just silent, it's a bit empty. There's no feel-good factor to it. Think about what this guy is. Yeah, if you time it right, you can get 2 uppercuts at the same time. Freaking brilliant move that is. There's no headbutt move in this, unlike Double Dragon 1. Yeah, there's no headbutt move in this at all. You got the most points with that move in Double Dragon 1. Come on. Yeah, they that's the trouble. See, once you're down like that, look, see, you can't get up, and that's unfair. That's it's not a bug, but that's a bit of bad programming. That I've got to say, look at that. I've unfairly lost a whole life just like that. That's the only trouble with this version, as far as that goes. It plays very unfair sometimes. Because of that, I'm going to give you 2 uppercuts and bye bye. Off the ledge you go. Don't ever treat me like that again. Oh, that ball disappeared. See, it's very similar, the game styles. How the hell did that get through? Look, that's punched me about 4 times. I haven't got any cheats on, so I should have been nailed there. See, look at that. That took, what, 2 seconds to load. Much better. I'm not going to waste my lives yet, because when we get to this part here, all hell can break loose. It can get very tricky. So I'm going to bring them all out in one go. Yeah, I love this game. What ruined the arcade version of this is they screwed around with the moves. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Yeah, they screwed around with the moves in the arcade version. So if you wanted to kick one way, you had to press a certain button, but to kick the other way, you had to press the other button. It wasn't the same unlike Double Dragon 1, and that got confusing, and it was annoying. So that ruined it, the control system of it. So if you want to punch left, you press one of the buttons. If you want to press right, you've got to press a different button. It's fucking ridiculous, that was. Here's fucking Andre the Giant Mark II. Let's get them all out, shall we? Let's go for it. Oh, there's Andre the Giant Mark III. Right, let's see how many of these guys I can... I've nailed fucking all these guys with one uppercut. Brilliant. Oh, and here's Willie. Now, I'm planning to lose my credits here because I want to show you the other character. I will get rid of a couple of these. See, look, straight away I'm dead. Once you're down, you're down. See, Willie doesn't really know what he's doing. He's back kicking at nothing. He tends to walk away. So yeah, he tends to walk away. Guns at anything. I don't understand what he's doing half the time. Right, now I'm probably going to die now. Look, see, there's Andre the Giant just sticking his leg out. You can't get away from him. The animation's slowing a little bit there because there's quite a few characters it's got to control. Get rid of one of you guys. Now there's a blue guy there, you see, amongst that, he's back kicking me all the time and I can't get up. Fucking Chinky nailed me with his chopsticks. Bastard. See, Willie's walking away. I don't know why he's doing that. What the fuck's he doing? Why are you walking away like that? You're acting like a tit. Because of that, I'm going to slap some sense into you. Right, I don't mind them killing me off now, because I'm going to grab the other joystick and bring Jimmy. Is it Jimmy or was it Billy, the second one? See, there he goes. Now we got the white uniform left. Very rare you see that. Right, that's him out of the way, so now it's just down to... Ooh. See, Willie, what's he doing? I really don't know what he's doing. He's just not concentrating, is he? I'm right here, mate. You've got a great gun, and you're looking the other way. So there are issues with it, but nowhere near the extent of Double Dragon 1. See, you're not even fucking trying, are you? Look, I'm behind you. Do something. Come out and play. That's it. And now you're gunning to the left. See, look, I'm trying to go near him and he's walking away. Where are you going? You chicken shit? 2. Give me an uppercut. 1, 2, 1, 2. Uppercut. Special move. I can't even get to him to do it. There you go. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, and I've got these two fucking... I forgot about these purple guys, yeah. I don't quite know what they're about. You don't want to let them out too much because they got some kind of... Yeah, see it? Some kind of weapon. And yeah. Oh, see? I'm dead there. I will kill these two bastards off. Oh, 3 uppercuts in a row. Beautiful. There are bastards as well. Takes a few hits. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Game completed. Much, much more fun to play than Double Dragon 1. And as I said, I did do a Let's Play of this a few weeks ago. But since I managed to get some contact with Richard Applin himself, I thought it'd be interesting to re-upload it and let you know what went down with these two versions. There you go, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Best version out there, as far as I'm concerned, on the 8 and 16 bits. It was released on the Mega Drive, but only in Japan. I don't know why, but that's the case, it was. Double Dragon 1's very good on the Mega Drive, probably the best version out there on the 8 and 16 bits. But sadly, the thing that lets that game down is the awful sound effects when you're punching. But apart from that, a very good game. And this version, as I said, much more playable. The Atari ST version is good too, but the play area on the Amiga is huge. It's much more larger. It's overscan. And as I said, a cock-up became a good thing in a way. The original release was messed up, and the result of that was a newer version, an updated version, which was this 4.01, which loads much quicker, much quicker. But sadly, unless you play it seriously and tactically, you haven't got enough credits to survive to the end and have a good laugh. That's the only thing about it. So there we go, guys, that's Double Dragon 2 The Revenge on the Amiga. I like it, one of my favourite games, and very good game in 2-player mode especially. I hope you enjoyed that Let's Play. Until next time, guys, take care and happy gaming.